I don't think he explained why, but for those of you in the chat that don't know why, can you explain why charter schools are anti-union? Okay. Charter schools are basically they're scams. Private institutions and organizations can set up schools, and those schools get funded by government money. That government money is taken away from the local public school. And you may be thinking, wow, okay, local organizations setting up a school. What's the problem with that? Well, charter schools, since they're a new entity, the teachers are not unionized. So right off the bat, those teachers are not unionized, and they're being freshly hired. So they have much lower salaries and benefits than similarly situated public school teachers in the same district. So right off the bat, that school is going to have lower costs, but those lower costs are not sustainable because the longer that charter school's around, the longer teachers are going to work for it, the more benefits they're going to need. They're going to have pensions, they're going to have health insurance, because public schools are oftentimes paying legacy costs for being around for 100 years, right? Paying the pension of a teacher who retired 30 years ago is a cost that your local public school has that a new charter school doesn't. So that's just straight off the bat. That's if everything is being done above board and honorably by the charter school. Right off the bat, it's a way of deorganizing the teachers and making them have to start from scratch. So you start replacing unionized teachers at the schools because as the funds are cut off to the public school, it goes to these charter schools. And that starts to cut off the resources that are available to the public school. So the public school's quality starts to decline. So that's a big benefit for those people that are opposed to public schooling in general. Now, let's talk about all the myriad scams that happen. Well, what makes a charter school good? It takes a while for a charter school to actually even be evaluated and for the students that go there to be judged compared to the local brick and mortar. How do you get students to sign up for your charter school? Well, charter schools could start taking government money and buying advertising. They can start taking government money and say, hey, sign up at this charter school and we'll give you and your mom an iPad. And here's the other thing. Where do they have the charter school? They have to build a school building? Well, they're not going to do that. So what do? They go rent old dilapidated buildings and put students in them that are not schools. Who are they paying rent to? Well, this is the scam that people do all the time in Pennsylvania, which is I start a charter school, but I also start an unaffiliated land holding company. I have my charter school I founded getting public money, rent a building from me at high rents. And so the charter school institution is a nonprofit, but I start profiting as a landlord and it's paid for by government money, guaranteed profits. Money laundering. Yay, I just stole a whole bunch of money from the local school district, turned it into rent for me. And then what do? I take the money that I'm making from my rents and I go and I donate to politicians to support our local charters. And that is the centrist Democrat corruption cycle that Josh Shapiro represents. And I have encountered it so many fucking times in my life where these scumbag charter school leaders making big money from rents and services and all sorts of shit with a shit charter that underperforms. This is the thing that's crazy. These shit charters will underperform their local public school that they're taking millions of dollars from and putting it in the pockets of these scam artists. And then these scam artists will go and donate to Democratic centrists. That's the fucking cycle at local politics that happens so much. So when somebody says they're pro-charter, that's what they represent. When I see somebody's charter, I know what this means. And I go back to all those experiences I had as a local politician and local activist. And I know about this cycle. And I know it means pro-charter equals corrupt. And it's always true, 100% of the fucking time. So when he's not only pro-charter, he's pro-voucher. Voucher is the far right program. Voucher is basically Marjorie Taylor Greene's program, which is I want to set up private schools that can deny people from going, that can prevent people from going to their private school, that could charge tuition on top of the voucher. So you're literally just giving money to the richest of the rich, and you're taking that money out of your local public school. So you're making income inequality worse. You're making public schooling worse. You're attacking teachers' unions. You are literally scamming the fucking country. And if you go and look at Arizona, where they have implemented voucher program, it's been a complete disaster. And all the worst predictions about what would happen were underestimates. That is the reality.